Hello and good day. So, where do you want to be? Today I'm talking about the general idea and plan one should have and develop for themselves for a potential future. For a general goal is to become financially free. Hopefully, you can develop a plan to work towards that. And you generally can, if you haven't already, it is good to develop and figure out what it is you want to be doing with the majority of your time. And by developing such a plan, you can determine with things you want to do and things you don't want to do, which is faster, which will take me to the end goal faster. For example, if you didn't want to do this job or you didn't want to work overtime or a higher pay but higher hour salary because you don't want to do that kind of work, there's a difference between having to do that kind of work your entire life and just doing it for 2 years to save you an additional year or two of other work to be able to achieve your financial freedom that much faster, to be able to get out of debt that much faster. So if your goal is made and let's say it's something like 5 years ahead, where do you want to be? What do you want to be doing? And how do you want to be? Then what takes you there the fastest? Now, of course, these will change as new data arises and situations change. However, it's a direction to move in to achieve a little vague, but a little more vague of a goal, such as financial freedom, since there are so many different levels of it. Being able to achieve the level for your desires will hopefully be something that you can achieve as long as you plan for it and move towards it. So, for example, if you wanted to have a specific career in 5 years and that required a certain amount of training or a certain amount of education, or looking towards getting people who can help you get into such a situation, then you should be looking towards and acting towards such a thing instead of staying put until a situation causes you to need to act. Say, for example, you get fired or whatever emergency may occur. Otherwise, you could be looking towards constantly improving, and your speed may vary based on what negative events occur or how much difficulty you have. But even if you don't succeed on the first try, you're likely to succeed somewhere in the 10 tries. And if that doesn't work, you're likely to succeed within 100 tries. If that doesn't work, you can probably switch up your strategy and switch up and do something else that you have a better chance of succeeding at, and do the process based on which is relevant and valuable to you. So, if you guys can get a picture of where or what you want to be in the future, and then you put a time to it, however relative that may be, if you want to make it 5 or 10 years from now, you can start doing the math and equations to figure out what needs to happen to accomplish that. Where do I need to be going? And what options take me there the fastest? And that is a good way of looking at not only what career do you want to be doing, but being able to achieve financial freedom in retirement. Eventually, most people would like to retire, and or at the very least have the ability to retire whenever they want, if they ever choose to retire. Because some projects tend to be done for enjoyment as well as money, if you have hopefully were able to plan that out and or manage to get that in some way. if you can plan and start moving towards that, then you can see a bunch of check marks or boxes to be able to check by accomplishing various goals or minor goals or attempts, such as getting a pay raise, putting in more effort, cutting down the cost, eventually reaching a point where it can be, alright, if I remain in this situation, it may take me 10 years, but I could also try to improve my situation, and in 5 years, I will be accomplishing my goal, or maybe 6, since it can take time to move a step ahead, and perhaps cost, but in exchange, that can get me ahead further at a faster pace. Or you can think of, okay, I want to be a specific career in 5 years, but I don't have that kind of money for student loans. Student to be able to pay off my student costs, and don't want to take student loans, or be able to pay off my student loans, and don't want to risk in case not getting a job or whatever the situation may be. By having this relative flexible math in your head, you can calculate the advantages and disadvantages that much easier, and have a strong sense of you are moving in the right direction, or you are prepared. You can just wait, hustle, and eventually accomplish your goal, instead of what many people, unfortunately, fear, that they will always be in this whatever in the present. They don't look in the future. They look at in the present, and they don't want to do something in the present but if that actually makes it easier for them in the future, or perhaps by working in the present, it actually still makes it harder, or they're not doing enough to accomplish their goals. By being aware of this, you can act, hustle, change plans, retry, and retry. So hopefully this helps you guys have an understanding of planning and setting your goals, and having the ability to be able to see what opportunities are available and be able to accomplish them, seeing which ones are better for you and your scenario. And if you guys have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them down below. And if you'd like to hear more content like this, feel free to subscribe, and have a good day.